I mean, it's a story that we cover every single year, and every year the deaths seem to be increasing. What's changing?
Thanks, Michelle. I think here's a problem. Let's just shoot straight from the hip. The problem one, it is greatly contributed by the parents. The parents who doesn't want to take responsibility. I will make an example here. If a parent goes to a police station, goes to a traditional leader to report a case of a missing boy, when the people, the police, the traditional leaders, goes out to look for those boys, once they find them and they take them back to the parents, they encourage the parents to go and open the case so that these culprits are brought to book. The parents would be reluctant to go to the police. They will cite reasons that these cases, they take too long and they are not able to attend the cases every day because they've got other problems. You see, once there's still that mentality from the parents to say, after I found my child, it's fine, then I'm done. There's nothing that will happen. In a way, it will encourage these culprits because we know exactly these culprits. Their intention is to make money out of this. And yet they've seen a loophole because the parents are not owning up to take responsibility to make sure that these culprits are brought to book. That's another angle. The second one would be the traditional leaders. Some of the traditional leaders are not equal to the challenge. They are not equal to the task. How can in a certain area in your jurisdiction you will be told after an incident that a death has happened, but you are responsible, you've got an authority, you are in charge of that area. So that's where the problem is. Even before these laws were made to try and address these challenges, the responsibility of these cultural practices were upon the soldiers, upon the shoulders of the traditional leaders. There is no initiation school that can take place or may take place in an area presided by a traditional leader without the traditional leaders or a traditional leader is aware of such initiation school that would take place in future. In other words, even the parents, they have realized that some of the traditional leaders are not taking care of these initiation practices. That is why they do things in their own way. So the traditional leaders have opened a space in that regard. Because in the first place, you have to make sure that in your area, no traditional initiation school can take place without me knowing as a traditional leader. Because at the end of the day, the traditional leader, you will be responsible. But not all of them are doing that. There are other traditional leaders, especially in the Eastern Cape, that are doing their job, that are equal to their task, that in their areas, you will find any kind of these challenges because they are leading. They are not led by the people.
I mean, Mr. Thabane, the deaths that we are hearing about, some of them, they're due to gross negligence. They seem to be completely preventable. Young men dying from something like dehydration. Others are in circumcision lodges that, in fact, are not fit to be inhabited by human beings. These are certainly things that are under the control of the people who are managing the situation.
I'll just ask a question even from you. If you are going to have an initiation school, you must first, in the first place, make sure that you know a traditional nurse who will take responsibility of your boys that are in the initiation school. You must be sure who is the school principal. Without knowing that, without being informed, and you are only told that your boy has run to that initiation school, and then you relax, how are you going to make sure that issues that you are mentioning, because people that are taking charge of those boys are people that are not up to the standard, because for the fact that boys will die, that in that kind of those negligence, it clearly shows you that those people have not been trained, those people have not been taken to task to make sure that they know what they do. They don't know their story in the first place. And there is no process that has made sure that we have traditional nurses, we have school principals, that they do know their job. They have an experience of this. It clearly shows and tells you that they are inexperienced in taking charge of those initiation schools. Now, that is why these things are happening. But if we were collective in a way to say that the traditional leaders and the parents would be responsible before initiation school season opens, to make sure that everybody who is in that school knows the story of what needs to be done in those initiation schools.
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
it would prevent these challenges. Yes, let's say that the department, the government of the Eastern Cape, have come in because there was this gap, and they're trying to sort out this challenge. But we are saying we need to up our efforts as traditional leaders, as parents, so that we prevent this. Yes, we know that a traditional leader cannot be everywhere in each and every home. But then the parents, what is their role?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks very much for your time on this New Year's Day. Heartbreaking news, over 20 boys having died since the summer initiation season started.